On June 21, 2026, the World Cup witnessed a massive offensive explosion. Over 24 hours, the group stage transformed from a cautious opening act into a relentless highlight reel. 5 matches produced 17 goals and a single hard-fought draw. Relying on these final tallies alone obscures the mechanical shifts happening on the pitch. To understand how the tournament is evolving, we have to look past who won and look at how the space was actually won. Every goal scored that day was a product of 2 competing tactical forces: absolute methodical dominance and high-risk total disruption. Understanding the anatomy of these sequences reveals the specific requirements for surviving a modern World Cup group stage. Japan's 4-0 victory over Tunisia provided the day's first lesson in tactical suffocation. This wasn't a matter of luck. It was a high-pressing transition system executed with surgical timing. This map shows Japan's pressing structure. They operate as a synchronized trap, using coordinated movement to force turnovers deep in the defensive third. The moment they recover the ball, Japan launches a vertical strike, piercing the lines before recovery is possible. That relentless speed led to 4 goals, each one a direct result of these structural breaks in the Tunisian backline. Spain achieved a similar 4-0 result against Saudi Arabia, but they utilized a different kind of pressure. This network graph reveals Spain's possession-heavy approach, relying on constant horizontal cycling of the ball. This relentless movement mathematically forces defenders out of position. By the time a gap opens in the center, Saudi Arabia's defense is pulled too wide to close it. Both Japan and Spain proved that dominance comes from removing the opponent's ability to dictate the tempo of the game. But while the favorites displayed mastery, the underdogs found success through disruption. In the 2-2 draw between Uruguay and Cape Verde, the expected hierarchy was aggressively challenged. Cape Verde abandoned the fight from midfield control. Instead, they focused on high-speed, direct counterattacks designed to turn the match into a series of individual duels. Their goals relied on explosive speed and physical persistence. They bypassed the established Uruguayan defense by forcing the play into unpredictable, open-field sprints. This forced Uruguay into a reactive state. They had to rely on individual composure in the final minutes just to claw back an equalizer. Egypt's 3-1 win over New Zealand followed a similar pattern. When the tactical system breaks down into a fractured, disruptive match, winning depends on being more clinical in isolated moments of chaos. Underdogs use this disruption as a weapon. By breaking the rhythm of technically superior teams, they create opportunities that a structured game would never allow. The final match of the day proved that disruption can be just as effective when it produces no goals at all. Iran held Belgium to a scoreless draw through a commitment to total defensive denial. Iran's tactical map shows a highly compact block just outside the penalty area, removing the space Belgium's playmakers need to operate. This rigid structure funneled the ball wide for 90 minutes, neutralizing Belgium's talent by preventing central penetration. Iran dictated the result by refusing to engage in the opponent's game. It was a defensive clinic that earned a point as valuable as any win. 17 goals and 1 critical draw defined June 21st. These matches demonstrate that while traditional powers like Spain and Japan can still produce blowouts, the path to doing so is becoming increasingly narrow. Advancing in this tournament now requires a choice, either the absolute system mastery we saw from the leaders or the elite tactical disruption shown by the challengers. Looking at these scorelines, which tactical approach do you find more impressive? The clinical control of the favorites or the calculated chaos of the underdogs? Tell us in the comments. As the group stage continues, the results will favor the teams that can most consistently impose their specific brand of football, whether through total control or total disruption.